Hello, everyone. I just came back from a walk with Journey. It is +5 in Hanmer, Ontario. And I got like the coolest gift for my birthday. They're wireless headphones and they're awesome. They're Bose. I love them. I just hit my tooth. So literally, I just walked in. Journey is still completely bundled up. And I was just inspired. I was listening to a podcast and I was totally inspired because I want to uh, become, not that I'm not healthy, but I want to become fit again. And I want to fit in my old jeans. And people are like, oh, you never fit in your old jeans after you have a baby. And I'm like, oh, never say never. And especially never say never to Anick. So it's really hard for me to move my lips because they're a little cold. But anyways, so I was listening to a podcast and I was just so inspired and it made me kind of emotional. Oh, there goes my cat puking again. Z, why do you eat so fast? On my carpet. Awesome. This is the second time I do a video and my cat pukes and I talk about it. Z, not cool. He's bulimic. It's not fun. Ah, oh, there he goes again. Can you hear him? Anyways, I'll clean it up later. So he was just this, I was listening to this guy talking about him writing a book. And I've always wanted to write a book. But like, I wasn't good in school. I had a tutor because they wanted me to, they were going to fail me in my grade 5. And I told my mom, if you do that, I will hate you forever. I just was so bored in class and I talked to everybody. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. I was talking to everyone. So my grades went so low and I just didn't care to learn about stuff. I didn't know the months January to December like in a row. In grade 5, I probably didn't know all of them in a row. I would, like June, July, I always mixed up. In a few months, I mixed up May. I just didn't care. I was always resourceful. I'd always ask someone and find out. Now I know my months in a row, but I just didn't care about stuff. And it's just so interesting. And I wonder why I was like that. But I was just never really good in school. I was really good in sports. I was very athletic. I always had lots of friends, except grade 5, I think. Was it grade 5, grade 6? I lost all my friends. A new girl came to our school and liked the guy that I liked and literally stole all my friends in one recess. All my friends, literally, it's like a movie. All my friends were like on my side and literally all of them just started going and playing with her. And I was like, oh no, I'm losing all my friends. And I only had 2 friends the whole year. I lost my best friend. And I remember going to class crying, bawling my eyes out. It was the end of the world, I'm grade 6. It was grade 6. And, yeah, because we went to John Island Camp in grade 6. And my teacher bunked me with my old friends, hoping that we would become friends. And we ended up becoming friends. But I remember crying every single night because I had lost my best friend. Is this what you want to talk about, Anick? No, not really. But maybe this is why I am who I am. Like, so I'm just getting emotional. I don't really know why, but so we all have our thing, okay? We all have our issues. And deep down inside, there's always this fear and this self-doubt. And I know that I look like the most confident girl ever. And I look like unstoppable. And I am confident. And I am those things. And I am unstoppable. But there's always still that little voice that tells me that I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to write a book. I'm not detailed oriented. I can't look at a tree and like say 20 things about a tree. I'm just not really good with words. And then people are saying like, Anick, are you crazy? Not good with words? We listen to you talk all the time. You're so good with words. Yeah, but I use the same vocabulary, But it's okay, Anick. We understand you. You want to use a vocabulary where people understand you. So, it's this like back and forth that happens in my mind, and maybe you can relate with that this happens to you too. My nose is leaking. Sorry, I just wiped it on my hand. So since like young, I've always had this like, you're not good enough. mentality, like little thing in my head. And a lot of things in my life have told me that I'm stupid. Lots, like school, teachers, brothers, adults, friends, myself, my, you know, negative thoughts. And I've always thought like I was stupid, and I was never really good at like one thing, you know? I wasn't like super good. I was very athletic and really good at basketball and volleyball, but I wasn't like extremely good, you know what I mean? Where I'd get a scholarship or something or go to college and maybe make the team, but it's always been my little self-doubt. My mom has put me in ballet, jazz, tap, gymnastics. Sure, there was something else. And I quit it all. Why? Why did I quit everything? I've just been like a quitter. Like if I don't like it, I just quit. But I think it's because I wanted my mom to come and watch me and be proud of me. And she never did. My mom was always really busy and she worked a lot. And my mom sacrificed a lot for us. And she didn't really have a happy marriage. And my mom was always exhausted. I guess I could say that my mom suffered with mental health when I was younger and for a long time, even as an adult. But her life was really hard. And once I found out about her life and heard her story, it was way worse than mine. And it was really sad, you know? My mom is such a person who keeps everything inside. She doesn't share anything. And she's like, who do you come from? If you meet my dad, he'll share his whole life story. He has no shame. And I'm definitely my father's daughter. Like the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. But he's crazy. And I'm like, well, I hope my apple kept rolling down the hill. So I'm really a good mixture of my mom and dad because my mom is so thoughtful and cares about people. And if she stays over at your house, she'll send you a mail, like a card in the post office. A mail will send you a card saying thank you so much. Like she's so thoughtful and she's always been like that. So that's something I like about my mom. Where my dad's a bit more selfish and cares a lot about himself. And so I'm a bit selfish, but I'm very thoughtful as well. Like if you're in the way of my goals, then I'm not going to really like you, very, very much because I'm going there and those are my goals. Where my mom would be like, okay, I'll do a detour. I don't like to do detours. But I guess you can, if you ask my surrounding, I'm very thoughtful and I think about others often and I do things for them. So anyway, so I remember when I had just joined Sensi 3.5 years ago. It was August of 3 years before. And it just like worked for me. I guess it just fit my personality. And it fits many personalities. Like if ever you're looking for something to make some extra money or get some free trips, like definitely try Sensi. But for me, I never wanted to be a Sense consultant. I joined just to get the kit and I didn't really care. And then I found out about the opportunities and how much money you can make and all these trips that you could earn. And I'm like, what, selling candles? And Jocelyn, my upline, was like, Anick, it's so much more than candles. And I'm like, okay. So I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. So I gave it a shot and I climbed really fast in the Sensi world. And I was just killing it. I was just having so much fun. I was sharing my passion. I was sharing my love for it. And I really think that that's what really fueled my business. And I remember listening to a motivational video audio because I listen to a lot of audiobooks when I drive. I'm always trying to learn and feed my brain because I still have that little thought that tells me that I'm stupid. Like you're not good enough, Anick. And as soon as I think that and that happens, there's another thought right away that says, you're ridiculous. Of course you're amazing and you're made for greatness and you're exactly the way you're meant to be. And maybe I'm supposed to feel these feelings to relate to more people. You know what I mean? Like if I just was perfect and I thought I was perfect, would I be humble? Would I be this emotional? Would I be, I don't know, so I've really learned to accept who I am and it still hurts when I feel these feelings, but I've learned that this is just who I am. And that took me a really long time to accept me. So I remember listening to this motivational audio and it said, whenever you get to the top. So it was a lot about faking it till you make it. And just do your thing and be you. And whatever you want to do, just do it and never quit. And once you get there, never think that you don't deserve it. Because that energy will destroy you. So you have all this wonderful energy getting you on top of the mountain. And then all of a sudden you get there and you're like, how do I even deserve to be here? Like, and then that just like shifts your energy completely. So never ever think that. So I was like, oh, I would never think that. And I was just on cloud nine with my Scentsy business. Like I was raking in like my home parties, like customers, recruits, trips, money, and I was just like, I would never think like that. Like once I get on top of the mountain, like I'll be like, I worked my ass off to get here. Well, that's not really what happened. Once I became a superstar director, I had a meeting with one of my coaches. I went to business school and I had a coach for a year. I've had lots of supports, lots of coaches, lots of mentors, lots and lots and lots. Because I've always loved to learn, probably because of my little issue. And I said, for some reason, I'm like afraid. And she says her name is Ann Cooper, one of the most amazing women I know. I says, I'm afraid. And she says, afraid of what? And I said, I'm like afraid of them finding out. And she says, what are you afraid of? I said, that I don't really deserve to be where I am. And she's like, are you ridiculous? Like, of course you do. I was like, no, like, I don't think I worked that hard to get to where I am. Some people are probably going to be so angry that I just said that because they probably worked so hard. But for me, it just happened. I just was rolling with the punches. Is that the saying? I was just going with it and it just happened. It's like so awesome and I was enjoying everything. So then what's the problem? I just see so many people working so hard and I just feel like I used magic. So what do you mean? Like I used affirmation and I asked God and I talked to Jesus every day and I prayed every day and I just sent really good vibes and I asked the universe to get me recruits and like literally that week I would get a recruit. She's like, Anick, that's not like faking it. She's like, did you know that this is like actually a thing? I'm like, what do you mean it's a thing? She's like, it's actually a thing. It's called the imposter disorder. The imposter disorder means that you feel like you are afraid of people finding out that you're a fake. After you've achieved it, it just came so easily for you that you feel like you don't deserve it, like you didn't really work that hard for it. I'm actually going to find the actual description, and see if I'm close. I'm going to pause this. Imposter syndrome can be defined as a collection of feelings of inadequacy. I know this word. Inadequacy. Inadequate. See, that's my French. Or I just don't know how to speak. That persists despite evident success. Imposters suffer from chronic self-doubt and a sense of intellectual fraudulence that override any feelings of success or external proof of their competence. I will agree with that. I went through a stage like that and I had to let it go. And sometimes I feel like that when it comes to like me writing a book or me making a video and I'm like afraid of people like, Anick, you have no idea what you're talking about. And I've always been afraid, maybe because I have 2 older brothers and both my other brothers have always been like, Anick, you don't know what you're talking about. Anick, you're crazy. Anick, you're stupid. Anick, oh my God, why are you doing this? Anick, why are you doing that? Like I've had so many people saying, Anick, what are you doing? Anick, you're crazy. Anick, why are you thinking like this? Anick, what are you doing? Anick, why? I've always had those people tell me that all the time. So maybe they've created, and that altogether created this inside. So when I was listening to this podcast, the guy was talking about the imposter syndrome. And I was like, oh my God, I totally have the imposter syndrome. So my life goes like this. My feelings, I'm great, I'm awesome, cloud 9, amazing, and then I plateau and like, hey, yeah, great thing. And then things go like this sometimes and go down and it's like, oh, what am I doing with my life? Da-da-da. I have to admit though, lately, I love my life every single minute of the day with my new baby and my business, and everything is just perfect. I have a perfect relationship for me, perfect little house, and like it's not perfect, but it's perfect for me right now, and I'm being really grateful because I know if I'm really grateful for what I have, that's when God will give me more, and that's just how it works. So I need to be appreciative and grateful for what I have, but still work because I do want more. So, but when I start thinking about how I used to feel, or when I start thinking about really how I feel and start listening to those thoughts, wow, does it really pull me down? And does it make me really emotional? But the important thing, guys, is that I got to get myself out fast. And so once you start feeling depressed or anxious, you need to get out quick. You need to go and watch a bunch of happy videos. You need to read, like, if you have like love letters to yourself about how happy you are and those happy moments, you need to go back to that and feel those feelings. You need to go hang out with your friends that are there for you, like the real friends, that when you're feeling really low, they bring you up. They don't just make you feel shitty again. You need to go for a walk in nature. You need to do journaling and a vision board, affirmations. You need to hug yourself. You need to hug more people. We need touching is so important, not like pervertedly but nice big hugs are really important. And I feel like we're really disconnecting us from the world. Like we don't really touch humans. We don't talk to humans. We're on our phones all the time, constantly. Like, when's the last time you went for a walk into nature and hugged a tree? Have you ever hugged a tree? So I've learned things about myself, and I feel like since I've been a little girl, I've been on this journey of self-discovery, of figuring myself out, because I felt like everyone around me didn't really know who I was and couldn't understand me. So then I always thought that there's something wrong with me. I've always thought like that. And sometimes I still do, because I think about that and it makes me really emotional. So like, why am I feeling emotional? I don't know. So we still all have our little things, but it makes us us. And I might be sometimes a mess, but I'm a beautiful mess. And I am this way because God intended me to be this way, and you need to accept myself for this. So my message to you is to love yourself for your messiness. Love your craziness. Love that you may not know everything, and love that you are afraid of things. But I feel like when we love ourselves for who we are, we may have more courage to then go after our dreams and go after our goals. Because me listening to that podcast and like relating to this story, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to go home, I'm going to do a video, and I'm going to share my feelings. And it just feels so good when I share my feelings. You guys are like my diary. And I'm just sharing it with the world because I'm just a sharer, and I've always been a storyteller, and I've always liked to talk. And I always feel like I have something to share. It's like, why? How do you feel like you always have something to share? And then that thought's like, who are you to think that you are someone to share something? You know what I mean? And then the other thought's like, because I enjoy it and it's my passion. And when it's your passion, you're like meant to do it. So don't worry about it. And, I get some really good feedback. So the feedback really helps. I love when you guys are commenting on my video, saying that you enjoyed my video. I love seeing that people have subscribed and liked my video. And I always respond to your comments on my videos. I'm just loving this whole me doing at least one video every week. So if you haven't seen my last videos, I've been doing one video a week, and it's been so, what's the word? Like happy fuzzy feeling good for me to do these videos. It's been such a great experience of me just into the world. It just feels really nice. And I love that you guys are watching it with me. It just makes me feel really special and amazing, and it gives me courage to keep going. And this is what I love about social media, is that we are all, not always, but we support each other. And I find that because I've put myself in a really good circle, and my energy is of a really good energy, it's high frequency energy, that I attract high frequency energy. And if you don't really know what I'm talking about, energy and frequencies, I should talk about that maybe in my next video. I'm starving. I need to make some food, and I need to take her out of her little, she's gonna die of heat. Oh my gosh, she slept 8 hours last night. Woo woo! And we just went for, I think I did a half-hour walk. Feels really good. My lungs are like, feels like I'm a smoker, and I'm totally not a smoker. Anyways, hear my stomach growling? Yeah, it's ready for me to go. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys all, and feel free to tell me something about you. Describe to me, tell me how you feel about my video. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, bye.